Today's February 2nd, 2019, and this is episode 32 of PlaneSavers. Well, folks, it is minus 40 degrees Celsius, and I'm proud to say at minus 40 degrees Celsius, Fahrenheit and Celsius actually match up. You seen the C-46 just disappear? It is Saturday morning. It is the Saturday show. I'm gonna do some numbers for you. We're gonna go to the night flight crew. It's their last day in Canada, so we're gonna get some updates from them. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? I don't know if you guys could see it. It's just in the fog, doing a run-up. It is the Saturday show. We're gonna do some numbers for you. We got some night freight stuff. We got, yeah, some surprises, but it's cold. You know what? Not very many human beings can experience minus 40. Like, this is a true minus 40. Like, zero wind chill, minus 40 degrees Celsius, minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit. This is what it is to be Northern Canadian. It's this temperature. Woo! As you can see, I'm making smoke. The C-46 is making smoke. But one thing about minus 40 is that is the cleanest air you can possibly breathe, folks. But it is cold. Let's go inside, let's warm up, and let's get today's episode started. Dash 7, or no, it's an HER, just took off. Woo-wee! It is, and chilly. But yeah, thanks again for joining us. Let's go to PlaneSavers Studios. Ooh, my fingers. Well, honestly, folks, it doesn't get too much colder than that. We might get minus 41, we might get 43. But if it gets colder, I'll let you know. But there you go. You guys just experienced, at least in Yellowknife, some of the coldest it will get.
Three days ago, our neighbor next door lost two pilots in a King Air, Will and Zach. And as the community of aviation in the north as a whole and all of the nation, we would like to take a time to go to the, reach out to the family, the friends, the co-workers, and let them to know that the aviation community as a whole has our thoughts are with them at this time, and we'd just like to pass that on, that the whole, everybody feels that something like that happens.
Okay, folks, here we are at the Buffalo Ramp in Yellowknife. Now let's zoom out and head to Peterborough, Ontario, where the night freight crew is giving us an update, and we can take a satellite view of their parts DC-3 Golf Juliet Delta Mike in 3D. But let's join the guys on the ground now and see what they're up to.
Okay, everyone, just after midday here, we've got one of the engines back at the airport at Peterborough, as you can see. A little bit of faffing around. We had to go and find some timber and a heat-treated pallet to secure it on the pallet and block it in, but we got it back in the back of the Ford pickup truck, as you can see there. Sat on the back there. I've just got it back to the airport now, so we're just waiting for the airport to turn up with a forklift and offload it, and then I'll be heading back for the second one. Let's go and check out what these guys have been up to. You can see Richard's got some of the floor up. You're on our latest video update, Richard. Checking out what you've been up to in there. Okay, and that's the second and final engine just being offloaded from the trailer there. Borrowed a forklift from the guys here at Peterborough Airport, so that was good of them, and yeah, it's good to have those back and going into the container.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Neil from the Night Flight crew. Charlie's gone home. The weather got to him. He said it was too cold, didn't like our company, So he's on his way back to Toronto to catch a flight home to this evening. Now, actually, Charlie's schedule didn't really match the time scales that we needed out here to kind of do what we needed to do on this aircraft.
Well, sadly, that's it from me, guys. It's home time for me now. Real shame to be leaving the guys out here in Peterborough, but I've got a great team there in Neil, Richard and Tom, ably assisted by local guys Bill and Paul, so I've no doubt that they'll finish off the job and get everything packed up and ready to go by Sunday. So thanks for all your continued work, guys, and see you back in Coventry.
So he's gone home, unfortunately. So it's just me, Richard and Tom that's left to work on the aircraft. But on the bright side, the majority of the components that we need are now off and are now stowed on the aircraft, ready to be loaded on the container. Richard at the moment is de-riveting the aft bulkhead. Behind that sits the lavatory. So we needed that. It's one of those key items that was missing on night flight, and to get it back into that wartime configuration, it was needed, so it's coming off. Tom this morning has been taking out the crew seats. They're now outside as well, fair play to him. Whilst myself and Charlie spent the entire morning loading the engines onto pallets and onto the wagons and getting them the 20-minute drive from the airport to the airport. So currently they are now in our lovely orange container, and our gorgeous Ford F-150. It's been a godsend because the engines sitting on the pallets actually fitted on the flatbed of the Ford, so that was a bit of a bonus for us. So here they are. So here are the two Pratt & Whitney engines, ready to be palletized right to the rear of the container. We've got a wooden deck container which was required because we're going to be nailing wedges and everything onto it to stop everything moving. However, it's like an ice rink, so it's going to be a bit of ingenuity to get these two engines right to the far end of the container, but it's a case of adapt and overcome. Good morning, everybody. It's Friday, I think. It's sunny, there's no wind, it's a really nice day. It's minus 19 degrees Celsius, so it's cold, but it doesn't feel cold. Weirdly, that's mind playing tricks for us. Yes, so like I said yesterday, we're down to 3, Rich, Tom and myself. So we're going to be pretty busy today, trying to remove those last items on the aircraft and beginning the very torturous task of trying to get everything inside that container. I'd like to do a couple of big shout outs at the moment. So Mikey McBryan, Buffalo Airways, he's doing PlaneSavers on YouTube, great little series. He's really supporting the Night Flight project, and I'd like to give him a big shout out and say thanks very much, Mikey, for all you're doing in supporting Night Flight and the entire world of DC-3s, Dakotas and C-47s. Keep doing what you're doing, thanks very much. So yesterday evening was a bit of a tired one for us. We got back to the hotel and there was a parcel waiting for me in my room. I thought, great, what's this? And a very good friend of mine, Greg Eli, down in California, he sent me something that I've been really trying to find for a long time for Night Flight, and it's one of these. This is a B5 drift meter that sits inside the navigator's position. Used to plot the drift of the aircraft when you're in crosswinds. So one of the key pieces that I was trying to find for that navigator's compartment for a long time and struggling, but Greg pulled it out of the bag and he's donated one beautiful looking drift meter for free. So Greg, thank you, and I mean it, a big thank you. So for today, Rich is at the moment working on the floor because we're going to need to get the floor up today, as we got plywood late last night which is going to be a temporary kind of floor for this aircraft once we take the original floor out. Tom's at the moment trying to spec, seal and borrow packing materials for all the items that we've taken out. Paul, one of the local guys who's volunteered his services for the past 3 days this year already, he's been great. We couldn't do things without him, so really pleased that he's here again. And today we've got another person coming to join us, Dave. He he saw the video of Mikey's on PlaneSavers and he's volunteered his services today. So apparently he's bringing a care package of items, candies, chocolates as well, which is going to be really, really grateful. Let's have a look around the aircraft. So once Tom's back, we're going to be trying to get the nose of the C-47 off. It's in a lot better condition than the one on night flight. So we're going to attempt to get the screws out. They're looking okay. There's some of them that's a little bit rusted, so they could be a little bit tricky in getting out. We'll have to suck it and see. Yes, and we have the nose going off. Hooray! Well done, Richard. Well done, Richard. Great stuff. Tom Cargo Door Woodhouse. All morning. Richard, Speedy Gonzalez Manning immediately gets it off. There we go, and it's time for lunch. Well done, boys. Another thing that we were working on yesterday was the two pitot masts. They're in a better condition than the ones on night flight, so they'll be coming off eventually. They're a little bit sea, so they were soaked in WD-40 overnight, and hopefully that's going to do the trick. So here's our parts. Somehow we've got to get all this inside the container, but not only just thrown into the container, but packaged so nicely and so tightly that they don't move over the Atlantic crossing. So we can't afford for any of these parts to be damaged. You know, we're talking about engine cowlings, which is needed. What else? Well, I think we've all spoken about the Pilot Trooper seat benches. They are so desperately needed for our aircraft. And I'll quickly take you inside before my battery dies. There we go. That's Richard. He's starting work on the floor. And there's Paul making lots of noise. So that's the lavatory bulkhead that Richard's been at it as well. So that's nearly coming off. Only a few more rivets to go.
Big thanks again to the Night Fright crew for sharing their adventures with us. They only have one more day, so hopefully they can get everything packed up in time. And actually now have another surprise for you. Just as I was editing this video, a young fellow in Gatineau, Quebec sent me some videos, so I'd like to show you maybe a new PlaneSavers segment here at Vintage Wings of Canada in Gatineau, Quebec.
Hi Mikey, this is Gabriel. We're in Gatineau in Quebec. And I'm here at the Vintage Wings hangar, and yeah, just showing you a little video for PlaneSavers actually, because here too we save planes. And it's a little bit snowy, but nothing to be ashamed of. Let me just walk inside and show you a bit of the hangar. There it looks. Welcome to the first episode of PlaneSavers Quebec edition. What's up, PlaneSavers? We're here in the Vintage Wings of Canada. As you can see, super nice hangar with vintage aircrafts. We're located in Gatineau, and we are actually currently restoring aircraft like this beautiful Hurricane from the Second World War. We actually got the fuselage from a wreck, and we're currently restoring it to fly it this spring. It's gonna be super fun, and yeah, we're doing quite a lot of stuff. We actually did a Spitfire last winter. Actually, I'm gonna go check it out. So there it is, our Spitfire Y2K. You can see it right there. This Spitfire won Grand Reserve at Oshkosh for best restoration, actually. So that's a cool fact. So yeah, guys. So if you want to come check us out, we're at Gatineau Airport. And oops, sorry, gotta get over our Harvard wing. And yeah, we're restoring aircraft, we're saving aircraft, just like you, Mikey. And so if you want to come check us out, we're in Gatineau. We're having guided tours all the time. So yeah, come check us out.
Well, thank you, Gabriel, for the awesome inside look at Vintage Wings of Canada. I can't wait to see more. These guys have some of the best fighter aircraft in the world, specifically the P-40K, which is one of my favorites. One day, hopefully, I can go for a ride, hopefully. But what I realized is this is the numbers episode, and I forgot to give you numbers, so here you go. Okay, everybody, here's the PlaneSavers 5-week recap. Our subscribers grown by 1,329 for a total of 13,187. The last 28 days, we've got 918,000 views, almost a million. Thank you, guys. Our YouTube revenue, our total revenue so far is $1,479, and that is thank you for all the ads watching, the super chats, everything like that. It's super amazing. The hats and tees, this is going to be a little bit more difficult for me to calculate as we're around about 5,000. So this is just a quick recap as we are actually going pretty long. The video already is at, almost 15 minutes. It's going to be a long one, folks. Okay, guys, that's it for the episode, but I just realized that I didn't do, where am I here? I didn't do a new title card, so I'm going to have to I'm just going to shoot the beginning right now for you guys. Normally I do the title card first, but today I forgot. Saturday's a little bit different. Hopefully you like today's episode. Tomorrow, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another live episode. So I'm going to be back here in the hot seat and PlaneSavers Studio tomorrow around 2 p.m. Yellowknife time, which is Mountain Time. I'm going to do live for about 15 minutes. You guys can ask me anything, all the questions. So we'll see you tomorrow. And yeah, thanks for watching. You be safe out there. And I'll be seeing you very soon.